listen, happy Saturday, everybody. I'm super excited to come here today. First of all, I made a new hat, but we'll talk about that later. I got my new logo, but I'm excited because I have my friend Amber here. We call her AJ because there's more than one. Well, I call her AJ. I just make up names for everybody, but we have more than one Amber in the group. And so, yeah, I nicknamed her AJ. But listen, you guys, there are so many amazing stories that come out of this mental wellness movement that we are in, that we have become a part of, that I just need to share the stories because all of them are different. And that's what I love about it. And, I talk about mushrooms all the time, and some people are grossed out by that. Listen, it tastes like sweet peach tea, first of all, but second of all, they're adaptogenic. So every single person's experience, honestly, is different. And so I like to bring people on because I like them. I love to give people a space to share their story. For some people, it's a big growth experience. They feel like, I don't have a story. Yes, you do. Every single one of us has a story to tell, and there's somebody that needs to hear that story. And so I want to welcome my friend Amber. You guys, first of all, I always ask people to give me a little blurb about themselves so that, I kind of know how to intro them or whatever. But she told me she's 32 and there's no stinking way. Like, look at this beauty right here. There's no stinking way. I'm like, But anyway, here she is. She's a wife. She said she's a bonus mom. She's got, there's 2 boys. She's a cat mom. Okay. What color's first of all, tell me a little bit about your kitty, please. Your cat, like boy,
have
girl.
2 of them. One of them's here. He's sleeping, so I don't want to mess with him too much. But he is a orange cat boy, and we call him Little One. We got him from the Humane Society before I moved to Iowa. We got him when he was about 6 weeks old, so I've had him since then. He's about 8 years old now. Wow. Yeah, and last year he had to have a bladder stone removed, so he's even more. As one of my friends calls her dog a Velcro dog, I call him a Velcro cat because he is usually glued to my hip most of the time. Even when I'm working in my office, even working my full-time job, he will be right next to me trying to get on my lap. But of course, I just kind of tell him, lay down, stay here. But
when I'm working, same.
I have had a bad experience with him with back of chairs because he fell and scratched all the way down my back because he has back claws. He doesn't have his front claws anymore, but he has his back claws, and they definitely know how to use them. And then I have a little younger black cat with a white spot right on her chest. We call her Minnie, like Minnie Mouse. And
my sister has 2 cats. One's Max and one's Minnie. Yeah, so yep. I love it. Awesome. Okay, so you said you originally grew up in South Dakota.
Yes.
So how old were you? And then you just said you moved to Iowa. So how old were you when you moved to Iowa? Were you married? Did you have kids?
We had just gotten married in 2018, and then we went over the road on the truck for 6 months to almost a year. And then when we got off the truck, his mom and the boys had already moved down here, so we just kind of transplanted ourselves here as well.
How was that over the road? Like, did you go with him full time on the road when he was in the truck?
Yeah, at first. Yeah, basically he had to go like a week for his training without me. And then, so I was like in a hotel by myself, which was really weird. But then I was over the road. We were a lot of the time, like while there was ice storms up here in Iowa and South Dakota, we had routes going back and forth between Texas and Georgia. So it was super warm, which I love. He hates the heat. So he wasn't too happy about it. And we actually also got stuck in a tropical storm in Houston.
Oh, wow.
On the truck. So yeah, that we drove ourselves out of it, but he always said that if his bosses at the time knew that he did that, he would have had no job left. Because if he would have stopped at all during that water,
I just think it would be such an adventure, like seeing different places. And I don't know, I've always thought that would be awesome. My boyfriend is a truck driver. He's retired now, but he just had a regular route like within the city. But I always thought, like, over the road, I have another friend. She's in a totally different business. This is what I love about this industry. You meet so many amazing people, and sometimes you end up going separate ways or whatever, but we still support each other and stay in touch and keep track of each other, sort of. And her husband delivers exotic cars like all over the country. So they have this massive same thing, like, and she just works her business from the truck. Like I think it's
I
so
was doing that.
yeah, I think it's,
I
I
was
mean,
doing
I
that
think they have a
with
home base, like
previous
a
company.
small home somewhere, but for a lot of times they're on the road. So that's so awesome. And so tell me a little bit about life. Like, what were your struggles before you found the whole Rise and Vibe we're going to get into? Like, what were you struggling with? What was life like? What were the sort of things that you were like, I have to find a solution to XYZ? What were those things?
Well, I have always been kind of, I don't know how to say this necessarily in a nice way, but like my mom has called me an airhead on multiple occasions because I will say I'm going to do something, and then if I don't do it right when I say that, it doesn't get done. But I actually got diagnosed with ADHD, anxiety, generalized depression, and OCD last year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So yeah, and I knew that I like watching TikTok. I got onto ADHD TikTok really bad. And I was watching that and I'm like, all of that just sounds like me.
I know,
And
right?
so I went about it to, yeah, I
Yeah.
went and got a official diagnosis for it. And now I've been on meds, but now with the Rise and Vibe, I'm actually lessening them because the mushrooms have some of the same properties as my
Well,
medications.
and that's the thing about ADHD medication is literally just like a chemical. It's a chemical nootropic. So
Mhm.
all of the things, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but all of the things that we have in the mushroom juice are like natural nootropics. So yes, they definitely do the same thing. So I have had quite a few people on that have ADHD. Number one, they're either unmedicated because I didn't like the way they made me feel. And so they're unmedicated for different reasons. And then they find this and they're like, oh my God, I felt like I did try ADHD because my kids were on it. And I really feel like I wish this was around when my kids were young because I never would have. I had made the decision to put them on medication because their schooling, their production at school was so affected. And I'm like, if they don't get a good education, like the whole rest of their life is going to suffer from that. And so I felt we made the decision and I hated every minute of it. I really, tried to find the best things. I tried to find all these different things. I so wish this was around because both of them drink it now and they love it. And
Yeah.
they said same thing. It helps. Because here's the thing people may not know about ADHD and is that they usually are concurrent with another, they call it a comorbidity. So usually it's anxiety. A lot of people who struggle with ADHD or that lack of focus, okay, here's what my doctor explained. ADHD is literally a physiological thing. And a lot of people are like, it doesn't exist, but there's cases of it recorded back to like the early 1900s, like a long time ago. And the thing with ADHD is that the gap between your left and right side of your brain is actually wider. Physiologically, there's a difference. It's wider than than average people. And the signals that are supposed to jump from one side to the other of that gap, they don't get there because the gap, like it just doesn't happen. So that's how the doctor, I'm not a doctor, I'm telling you how the doctor explained it to me. And so the medication increases the strength of those signals, and that's what helps with the focus and everything else. But I hated the fact that they had so many side effects. A lot of them are like, I couldn't get my kids to eat until the medication wore off because it's a huge appetite suppressant, which I always thought would be a great thing, but it's not. And so for my kids, we had what was called we called it the witching hour. We knew when their medication would wear off because all of a sudden they were starving and like your feed. And then at nighttime they couldn't sleep, like racing. And I really wish, like, the more I learn about mushrooms in general, and guys, listen, I'm not making product claims. I'm telling you, you can go Google ADHD and functional mushrooms or focus and functional mushrooms or anxiety and function, like whatever it is you're struggling with your health, go Google that and functional mushrooms, and you'll see research from all over the world. Has nothing to do with product claims or anything like that. It's very well known. I wish I'd known about it sooner. However, it's not just the mushrooms, guys. Like it's paired with some really particular things, and we're going to talk about that later. But so you were saying OCD, which is OCD is a hard one.
Yeah.
OCD, anxiety, depression, and they all kind of go together. And here's the reason why, especially with ADHD, anxiety is a huge one because you wake up knowing that you're not going to meet the expectations of most of the people in your life. You start to feel shame because why can't I get it together? Why can't I finish XYZ? Why is it that I can't stay focused or I can't stay organized? Or so there's a lot of shame there. And that's where the anxiety comes in, is knowing that you're going to fail someone throughout the day, but not knowing what it is or how to fix it. So a lot of times that's why, especially if you have it young and being in school. And so my kids too, there was a lot of anxiety. And so that's what I love about this stuff is it helps with so many of those things. And the ADHD medication didn't. It might help the focus, but it didn't help the anxiety. It didn't help the depression. It didn't, and it's a stimulant, right? So I remember my at the time she was my sister-in-law. She's not anymore, but I remember one specific medication they put one of my children on, and she was a nurse, and she called me and she's like, take him off. Take them off. The side effects of that medication are brutal. It's not good. And I didn't at the time, like, better, you do better. But at the time I didn't know. I was in an abusive relationship. I was struggling to survive day to day, mentally, physically, emotionally. And so you don't know what you don't know. So that's why I like to do these lives and come on here and share with you guys so that you do know when you know better, you do better. And so, okay. So back to you, and you're struggling with all of these things. How was life at that time? Like, what was, go through some of that with us.
Well, I mean, now my husband is back on over the road, gone 2 weeks at a time. But before that, he was doing grain truck. So like this time of year, he would be gone 20 hours a day anyway. He'd really be here to sleep and then be gone again until basically sun up to sundown for the next month or two.
God bless him.
So
God bless him and God bless you, because that's hard.
Yeah, it was definitely hard, especially with two, at that point, teen boys that needed their dad.
Yes.
They are still 20 and 17, so they still, they're testing their boundaries and things like that. So I still, if they ask me something that I don't necessarily want to set the boundary, I say, go call your dad.
That's right. Talk to your dad.
I'm like, he makes your rules, not me. I'm here to help him to enforce them when he's not here, but I don't make them.
Right. I hear you. I totally hear you. So you were struggling, like so many things, obviously. Mm-hmm. And so how did you find us? Like, how did you find this product line? How did you?
I had known Amber from our previous company. And I kind of dropped out of that way before she did, but I just couldn't afford to be paying more in the products than I was making. So yes, I liked those products for some of the benefits, but at the same time, I have never finished as many containers as I have here.
Same. Well, and to be fair, because I was in that company too, and to be fair, there was a lot. There was like singular products for singular pain points, which is something I think we all love about this, is that it covers such a broad spectrum of pain points. It simplifies what you need and what you're using on a daily basis. And for me, it saves me a lot of money. So, okay. So you knew her from a different company, and then what?
I was following her and saw her doing the mushroom drink. And at that point in time, I thought I was allergic to mushrooms because when I was 16, I started working at Hy-Vee, and my hands would break out just from being a cashier touching the containers of mushrooms.
Oh.
But the allergist I went to late last year said it was likely pesticides or some other chemical that got sprayed onto them, or the packaging itself getting in contact with some sort of chemical that was breaking it out. So we did an allergy test. He said there wasn't necessarily a allergy test specific to mushrooms because they're there's so many different types of them.
Right.
But he said try them out and like just watch how you feel, make sure that you're not having a reaction. So I did the 5-day experience, and had no reaction other than getting my focus and energy up, because with the anxiety I was drained all the time. Like if I could, I probably would be sleeping 90% of the time, especially like when he would be gone and I'd get bored, I'd be like falling asleep and then not being able to sleep later. But so then after the 5-day experience, I messaged her. I'm like, how do I get like in on this? And she's like, well, do you want in on it as a customer or do you want to be sharing it? I'm like, no, I want to share it because with how much it's changed me in less than 5 days, I know it can do it for other people too.
And that's what I love about it. I love that, first of all, I mean, when we go back to the company we were with before, and we don't need to name any name, that company doesn't even exist anymore. But it was like, okay, use it for 30 days and you'll, it might take 60 days. It might. So, it was that longevity thing, and, that's great, but that's a hard sell, and that's hard for people to stay connected to a product that they just don't feel. So one of the things that's really amazing here, like you said, in 5 days, a lot of things are going to change for the better. Like your side effects are happiness, better mood, better sleep, better focus, getting rid of bloating and inflammation. So I love it. So then you joined us here, and I want you to talk to people, because a lot of people, network marketing gets a really bad rap, and sometimes rightly so, because there are some uneducated people in the industry, and there's also some not so nice people in the industry. And talk about your last experience in a network marketing company, like where we came from, compared to what you experience here with the business model and the community, all that stuff.
I would say for business model, I love that it's not a guessing game on like how much of what you sell you're actually getting paid for. Because in the last one that we were with, it had like a percentage of what the customer paid is what you got paid on, and
that was confusing. You had no idea. We're called, what that is, you guys, that's bonus volume or commissionable volume. So you get paid on a percentage of what you sell. Same with people who are bragging in companies that like, I get 100% commission, or I get, 50% commission, as opposed to other companies that do 10%, 15%, 20%, whatever. Likely, and 9 times out of 10, that high payout commission rate is based on a portion of your sales, not the full sales. So you're not getting 50 or 100% of everything you sell. You're getting 50 or 100% of the portion they decide you're worthy to be paid on. So like Amber said, like AJ said, what's amazing is that you're paid on the whole dollar here. You're paid on the whole dollar straight up. You sell 1,000, you're paid on 1,000. So yeah. And tell me a little bit more about, like, I love talking about the community, but I love to hear other people's perspective of, I mean, we have a pretty badass team. So talk about that, the community here, as opposed to other places you may have been.
I have been with 3 previous companies. The first one I actually really liked, but that company unfortunately is no longer around either. It was t-shirts. And
okay.
Keep
talking. I gotta make sure my plug is in. Keep talking.
We had to or didn't have to. We were able to like design t-shirts and sell them. And they were always super soft, and they were direct to garment printing rather than like print screen that will peel off. So that was really nice. I still have a lot of those. I still have a lot of those shirts and absolutely love them. But now Amber Duluth actually uses the same brand of t-shirt, so I have been ordering from her now that other company is not here anymore. But basically, and then from there I went to the wrap business. And I didn't really have any support there that I felt. I mean, I could talk to my upline, but he didn't really feel supported either. So he left, and then I I think both of us kind of decided that we were just done. We didn't really officially leave. We just quit sharing it mostly,
Right.
and like sold off whatever we had in product, because that was another one that I was spending more than I was making. Um, and then the company you and I were both with, that one I was spending more than I was making, and it was really hard for me because a lot of the products like weren't really travel, because I personally was not a fan of the one flavor they had in the travel packs. So it
Right.
wasn't really worth it for me to get the travel packs because I didn't really like the flavor of it. And
Right.
obviously, I'm one of those people, if I don't like the flavor of something, it's not going to be a regular thing. That's why I
Right.
love the mushroom juice, because I drink it every day.
It tastes really good.
And it tastes like mango lemonade. I have the strawberry lemonade too, which actually is really good in the strawberry starburst sparkling ice.
Ooh. See, and that's the thing. Like some people are like, and I've had people on a very rarely on a 5-day experience, like, oh, I'm not super. I don't find, listen, I don't like mango and I don't like lemonade. But somehow
Mhm.
this tastes like, and I don't even like peach, to be honest with you, but it tastes like Snapple sweet peach tea to me. Um,
Mhm.
but I don't know, you guys, it's so good. And the great thing is, like Amber was saying, you can mix it in other things. Like you could mix it in, I mean, I have like water enhancers, different flavors. You can mix it in that. There's other people, a carbonated, I love pineapple, coconut flavor, anything. So I actually take the apple cider, which I wasn't the biggest fan of. I thought it was really good hot, but now it's summer and I'm not a fan of drinking hot things. But I mixed it with like a pineapple flavor, and that was really good.
Yeah, I mixed that one into pineapple juice.
Yeah, it's quite good. I liked it. I was like, okay, I can do this. It's good. So that's the beauty of it. So let's talk a little bit. What products have you tried to date?
I right now I've had regular Rise, the caffeine free Rise, the
I'll do the Vanna White
strawberry
while you're talking.
the strawberry lemonade, and I tried the apple cider. Um, and Amber Duluth was the one that told me to try it in apple juice, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try it in pineapple and see if I like that, because I like pineapple juice better than apple. I have the Sink, which is our bedtime bestie, and trying to think if I have,
Here it is,
and
right
then I
here.
have the gummies.
Those are good. I'm actually
Yeah.
out of them. I'm sad. I think we still have some on the website. Where are they? I did grab them. Oh, here. Because I have these for a customer, but these are the
Yeah,
gummies, you guys, right here. So good.
I think
I'm gonna have
that's
to see if
all
they
I've
still
tried.
have any so I can order more.
Yeah, I think that's all I've tried so far. I haven't tried any of the like face or the relieve. I want to try the relieve because I know that, like, especially like as hard as my masseuse had to work today on my trapezius muscles, and
Right?
definitely.
Listen, y'all, you're like me. We sit at a desk all day for work, and no matter how much you try to keep that, like I have to actually take my desk apart, like my computer and everything, and just like make it more ergonomically correct, but or whatever they say that word is, because I'm the
Yep.
same. Like you get that tension in your neck and your shoulders, and this stuff, you guys, if you have arthritis, this is really good for you. This is good for sunburn. It's good. I've seen people use this for poison ivy. People use it for, I've heard diaper rash, like honest to goodness. It's good for so many things. And yeah, it's really good. Like it has a huge 2000 milligrams per container of CBD and CBG. Now, here's the thing about cannabis products. When you combine them, CBD, CBG, CBN, whichever, when you combine them together, it exponentially increases the benefits of each one individually. So huge benefits there, you guys. You have to try that if you haven't. I don't know. We're going to talk about this one. I don't know if you've tried this one yet, Amber.
I
This, you
haven't
guys,
tried it. I've been wanting to.
this is, you can put it under your tongue. It's MCT oil and it has 1500 milligrams per bottle, again, of the CBD and the CBG. So if you have, I find when I have headaches or if I'm a little bit dizzy, if I start to feel like car sick type of nauseous or whatever, or if work gets really stressful, like you can drop it under your tongue, or I've heard people actually mix it in their Rise and their Source and drink it that way. There's tons of ways to do that. What else? What about this?
Oh yeah, I forgot about Source. Yes, I have that all the time too.
This, I call it squid ink, you guys. I need to show you because it is like, I got the wrong bottle here. This one's empty.
Susie and Krista call it the witch's brew.
The witch's brew. Yep. Squid ink. Like, I don't know if you can see that, you guys, but it's like, I don't want to spill it because this is like, I call this liquid gold because it does so many things for you. There's 77 trace minerals. There's fulvic acid in here. And you guys, one of the things that's different, and I didn't know what it meant at the time when I started, was they've all got these holographic discs that are infused with 11 harmonic frequencies. And so what that does for you is every cell in your body, the lining of that cell has an electrical charge. Now, when we get inundated with toxins, whether they be man-made energetic toxins like EMFs or the toxins that we breathe in the air, in our foods, everything, like that electrical charge like just starts to dim. It's like when you have a flashlight and the battery's dying, like it literally just starts to, and then your cells are not as permeable. So you can use the best supplements in the world, but if they can't get into your cells, you're flushing your money down the toilet, which is basically what I was doing with dozens of supplements I was using prior to this. So you definitely want this, the frequency combined with the chemical nature of the product actually helps it get into your body and be used. So you have these little engines inside every cell. It's called the mitochondria. It converts all your nutrients into ADP, which makes the energy for all your cells and all your functions. And if that engine doesn't get the gasoline, guess what? If you didn't have gas in your car, what happens? You go nowhere. So that's the beauty of this stuff. It's on every single product we have. You can peel these discs off, you guys. I used to have one before we got the frequency charge jewelry. I had it on the back of a necklace. I use them with Band-Aids if I have pain anywhere. I can't even tell you what it does. So and then there's this one, you guys.
I forgot about Reverse too. I was just thinking that actually. I'm like, I've had it for 2 months now.
You guys, this is why she doesn't look her age. This is why she doesn't look 32. This is why I don't look 51, you guys. I sat across from a friend the other day. I say the other day, it was maybe a month ago. And she's like, you have 0 wrinkles. Like, what in the world? And I'm like, this is 10 times more effective than NAD. If you don't know what NAD is, go Google NAD. Look at all the high power celebrities that are spending thousands every month to have the Fountain of Youth. Or you could use this couple of dollars a day. That's all it is. It's 2 capsules. I take mine at night, Amber. I don't know about you. I take mine at night and it seriously helps me sleep.
I started taking it at night. The first bottle, I took it in the morning. And then the second bottle, I'm like, I'm going to try it at night because.
And here's the insane thing. I took it in the day. Tell me if this happened to you. And I had so much energy. Like the energy was crazy. And then I'm like, someone said, take it at night. And I'm like, how do you take it at night and fall asleep? But for some reason, when I took it at night, I had the best sleep ever. So guys, when you sleep at night, your body goes into like restorative mode. That's when everything repairs, regenerates. That's the biggest time because your body has the energy because all your other functions are a lot of them are resting or they're in that sleep state. So they're kind of like on autopilot. So your body takes that energy and starts using it to the restoration and repair. So when you take this at night, this has stuff in it that gets your body producing its own NAD again. You have NAD already in your body, but if you're over 30, it's tanked because that's just how it goes. As we age, when you were young, you had all the energy in the world. When you got sick, you recovered quickly. Your skin was firm and pink and plump. That's because you had high amounts of NAD, which your body was naturally producing. So this is an activator. This activates the NAD in your body to get it building back up. And that's why so many people, if you watch my stories, I don't know about Amber, but I have pictures of all my friends who are using it. And the transformations are dramatic. You guys, I look at some of my friends and I'm like, I can't believe you look like that a year ago. You don't know what you don't know, right? You don't know how bad you feel until you don't feel bad anymore. So I think that's the majority of the products. What else? Oh, there's the face cream. Do you use this?
I haven't tried it yet. No.
Okay, guys, let me tell you, this is nice. I used to use like a 7-step skincare system. I thought it was a massive flex that I had all these different products. And guess what? Half the time I forgot what order the steps were, thinnest to thickest, or I didn't have the time because it was 15, 20 minutes a day to do all this skincare. I love that line. But it was surface. So there's the big debate right now. If you're all over the internet and if you're with the previous company we were talking about, like one of their big things was collagen. And so now there's this big argument over where the collagen formulation is going to go, which company's going to have it, who's going to make it better. Collagen works from the outside in, you guys. When you use the reverse, you're repairing your DNA, you're repairing your cells, it's regenerating your DNA, your body copies itself. Your DNA copies itself. Your cells copy themselves. Your liver regenerates every certain number of days. Your skin cells regenerate every certain number of days. Like everything in your body regenerates. But if it's broken and not working well, and you're getting a copy of something that's not 100%, you can't get 100% out of a copy. So this, you guys, is going to work from the inside out, like literally at the very basic DNA level. So from the inside out, you're going to have that anti-aging effect instead of collagen products, which work from the outside in. So that's a little bit of a difference. I'm not knocking collagen. It's totally up to you. But this stuff, you guys, is like, I love how it has this little pumpy thing. And so you can, instead of like sticking your fingers in it and then everything gets contaminated, you literally just whoop, and then on it goes. We have a frequency charge gua sha, which you see in my stories, I've been using twice a day. I love it. My little double chin here is disappearing because the lymphatic system, you guys, doesn't have a pump. Your cardiovascular system has your heart. That's a pump, keeps everything going, keeps your blood flowing, keeps your heart going. Your lymphatic system doesn't have a pump. So when fluid starts to get stuck and stagnant, there's no way, we have to move it. So it helps with lymphatic drainage and all those things, which has a million health benefits in itself. So yeah, you guys, what else can we talk about? Oh, you were talking, I wanted to show people. So Amber mentioned a 5-day experience, you guys. And so if you're watching this, Amber, you can go back if you didn't already. You can share the live to your page so that your friends can see it and everything. And if you know Amber, like you can grab hers. Might look different than mine, but I put a 5-day experience like this. It's got 5 little sticks inside. It's got a card that gives you the ingredients and all those things. And you can grab one of these if you're skeptical and like nothing ever works for me. First of all, stop saying that because you're telling your brain a command and your brain goes, okay, fine, nothing's going to work for you. Stop saying that. First of all. Second of all, you need frequency charged, whatever you can get your hands on, because frequencies are the electricity that run our body. And you can get man-made frequencies that really start to bog down your system and slow you down because your body doesn't recognize those. So you definitely want the harmonic frequencies. Like here's an example of frequency. Frequency, when you say what's a frequency? A frequency is just a measurement of energy. It's the rate at which something vibrates. Everything in the universe vibrates. Everything in the universe is in motion, right down to the very smallest cell, tiny. You look under a microscope, you could take a chip of cement and put it under a microscope and dial it right down to the smallest atoms, and you would see that they're in motion. Slow because it's a dense material, but they're in motion. Everything in the universe is energy. Energy is everything. Albert Einstein said the medicine of the future is frequencies. And you guys, that future is here right now. So you definitely want to look into it. If you're skeptical, we get it. That's why you can try 5 days. But I recommend you reach out to Amber and you say, I want to do 30 days. Because here's the reason why. 30 days is cheaper per day than the 5-day experience because these little packets, like it's expensive, not expensive, but it costs more to make them in little packets like this. And then you got to pay. So do a 30-day experience, you guys, because it's a 30-day empty bottle money back guarantee. Like, oh, that's not empty now, but you can take an empty container. Like, where's my empty container? I have so many containers, you guys. You could take this empty container and say, like, literally empty container. And if you weren't happy, first of all, take the sticker off because you're going to keep it. But you could go to the company and be like, you know what? 30-day money back guarantee. I'm not really happy. It didn't meet my needs. It didn't do what I thought it was going to do. You can get your money back. That's how confident we are that this is going to do for you what it is doing for everyone else. I have yet to have anyone return the product. First company I've ever been with that I've never had anyone return the product ever. I've had
I haven't had
people,
any.
I'm going on vacation or this or that, or I forgot to take it. I have an excess, like, so they changed their smart ship. You can save 10%, you guys. I'm telling you, put it on a smart ship. Subscribe and save, I should say. Kind of like the stuff, like I have my cat food on Amazon. Like it comes to me, subscribe and save, cat litter, all those things. So I don't forget. It comes automatically. You're going to put this on a subscribe and save. You're going to save 10%. You do not want to run out, because once you start feeling as good as you're going to feel, you're going to hate it if you run out. Trust me. Trust me. I don't know. Amber, have you ever run out yet?
I ran out of the Rise. I have not let myself run out of the Reverse, though.
No, I've run out of the Source, and it makes a big difference too. So, oh, look at the little kitty, you guys. Oh, I love her. Is it him or her?
This is him.
Him. I love his
This is the
coloring.
one.
Like some orange cats are like really burnt orange, but he's like a butterscotch. Oh,
Yeah, he's getting darker as he gets older. He wants down. He's getting darker as he gets older, because when we got him, he was almost white.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. And we as humans go, I'm waiting to see what happens with my hair, because I have a ton of grays, silver, whatever. So I'm waiting to see with this Reverse if it does something to my hair color, but I'm fine if it doesn't. So anyways, you guys, I don't want to keep you very, very long, but we just wanted, I wanted Amber to tell her story, because there's so many of you I talk to, and I know Amber as well, people who are watching, and you're like, I don't really relate to that, but every story I tell, you're going to relate to something. And if you don't relate to it, you know someone who's struggling, you can send this live to them, and get back to us. Listen, we're going to find the person that connected you, because we're not here to just be like, oh, buy from me. No, if your friend Jennifer Ann does Frequence and you saw this live because she shared it, I'm going to make sure you get back to her, because that's just how we roll. We operate with the highest of integrity. Our team is amazing. I do want to point out, listen, if you need to make an extra income, and if you're on here, I guarantee you do, because we all do. Life is expensive. Things are not getting any cheaper. Everybody needs to make a little bit of extra money, you guys. So if that's you, let's have a conversation. And, we can answer all your questions. You're not going to be left alone. I know you've probably done other businesses and signed up, and the person was all excited until they got their bonus check for signing you up, and then you didn't hear from them again. That doesn't happen here. We have systems, we have strategies, we have trainings that happen every day. We have what we call, we used to call them power hours. Now we call them something different. What?
Study halls.
We call them study halls. And you know why? Because you need skills sometime in this business. It's a simple business, but it does take effort. It does take work. So we hop on what we call study halls. We work together. You can see the whites of people's eyeballs. You can ask questions that you get answers to right away. You can do the things that are scary and have people around you while you do it. We make it fun. We make it exciting. We all do it together. Right now, we're all working towards free cruises. So, that's coming up in February. You can earn a free cruise if you want to do some travel. And it doesn't matter. You could want to make an extra $100 because that's how much my phone bill is, or I need to put gas in the car. Like there's always more month left at the end of the money, right? For every single one of us, stuff that we have to say no to. We're always penny pinching, watching the bank account, adding up the groceries when you go to the store. We've all been there. We're all doing it. So listen, it's super simple. It's not easy. It's simple. Simple means step 1, step 2, step 3. We guide you through it all. We help you do it. Right now, our team, we're playing bingo through the month of June, just to get all our tasks done. And you can choose how much you want to work or how little you want. I mean, it depends on what you want your paycheck to be. So, we're here because, we have the comma club where people are getting commas in their paycheck. Who doesn't want that? And it's nice because you don't have to leave your home to have an extra job. You can still be with your family. You can still be making an income. And we're happy to show you exactly how to do it. So that being said, you're going to get in where you fit in. That's what I like to say. You're either going to be, you want to be a customer because you want to feel better, and maybe you're busy or you make enough money. You don't need more. Be a customer. That's great. But if you want to make extra money and you want to feel good and you want to help other people feel good, we got you. So I want to say thanks for hopping on here. Thanks for joining us, Amber, AJ. I love that you put AJ on your thing. I was like, yes. It's catching on. I've already nicknamed a few people on our team with new little names. So, but thank you for hopping on. Thank you so much for sharing your story, because your story needs to be heard. People need to know that there's hope. We call it sunshine in a glass. We call it hope in a glass. We call it all sorts of things, but we're here for you. Whatever you need, we're here for you. If you just, want to ask some questions, we have a VIP group we can pop you in where you can learn some information, see the other stories, look at the ingredients, whatever you need. We're here for you. We got you. Amber, thank you for hopping on, and I'll see you later in the team chats. So thanks, guys. Have an amazing day, and we will talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.